Hi everybody, it's Lynette. I am coming to you today to show you a recipe for hiding your Thanksgiving turkey. I don't know about you, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, but I have had turkey 4 times since then, so I'm ready for something different. So today I'm going to make a turkey pot pie, and pot pie is really simple to make from scratch. So I've started off with a little bit of butter in my pan here, and I've melted that, and you can probably hear it start to kind of boil a little bit here. I'm going to add some flour to that and stir. And this is what's called making a roux, and you can remember that term because Winnie the Pooh had his friend Roo. It's not spelled the same, but that will help you to remember that term. And a roux is just something that you would, it's a thickener. So you're going to make a gravy or a soup or something like that that you want a little bit thicker. You would start out with a roux. And you want to cook it just for a few seconds here. It kind of cooks off the raw flavor of the flour. So it's really bubbly and cooking away. Be sure that you are stirring it the entire time so it doesn't burn onto the bottom of your pan. But just cook it for a few minutes here, not even a few minutes, 1 minute, about 60 seconds. And then I'm going to add in some chicken stock, or if you have extra stock from your turkey, you can do that too, whatever. I make this from leftover turkey or chicken. Your turkey really freezes well, so feel free to put your turkey in a Ziploc bag and stick it in your freezer, and then this is a nice recipe. So I'm just going to pour in my stock and keep stirring, because you don't want any lumps. And if you feel like it's lumpy, grab a whisk and whisk it a little bit, and that'll whisk the lumps right out of it at this point. I'm also going to add some milk, and that will make it creamy. And I'm going to, I'll post the recipe later in the comments, okay? So I've got my chicken stock and I've got my milk, and I want to bring that up to a boil, and that will start to thicken. I'm going to add some salt, and I like to use, Pampered Chef has the Himalayan sea salt. I use that in my shaker all the time. And a little bit of pepper. Don't go too wild on the pepper if you are doing it from, if you're grinding your own. I have to say, you know, pepper has like a shelf life of like 60 days or something insane like that. And so if you have a pepper shaker or a can of ground pepper that you use, you might realize that you're using a whole lot of it and not getting much flavor. That's because it's lost all of its flavor. So you need to grind your pepper from peppercorns. Ours happens to have a medley, and these are the older grinders, but it has a medley. You can see different colors in there of different peppers because they all have a different flavor. I will caution you, if you're not used to using fresh pepper, the first few times I used fresh pepper, we could barely eat what I made because it was so hot, because I did not realize pepper really has a strong flavor when it is not, when it's fresh and when it's not too old. So you can see here, my sauce is starting to thicken. You can see it's coating the back of my spatula. It's starting to bubble. So at that point, you can start adding your other ingredients. Now, whatever you like in your chicken or turkey pot pie for veggies, you can put potatoes. You can buy just 1 bag of frozen corn and peas and carrot mixture and throw the whole thing in there. I usually do corn and peas. I like that in my pot pie. So I have some frozen corn here. I'm just going to throw that in and do that. And I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. It doesn't need to be boiling hot. I chopped up some onions. You want a nice flavor from your onions. I'm going to put that in there. I actually would normally put that in with my roux so that it cooks a little bit longer and gets that onion softened a little bit more, but this will be just fine. So I've got that, and then I took some leftover turkey, put it in a bowl, and used my salad choppers and just chopped it up so that it's all bite-sized pieces. And so those salad choppers are one of my favorite things. You just put whatever you want to chop up in there, chop, 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 and it chops it up really quick and easy. So now I'm going to put all of that turkey in here. I have a lot of turkey, as you can see. I tried to go smaller this year, just because of my health and things. I thought I don't need a huge 22-pound turkey for 3 people, but I just couldn't do it. I ended up with an 18-pound turkey. So it's just such cheap meat at this time of the year. Who can buy meat for 99 cents a pound or 30 cents a pound or whatever you found it at, you know? And it freezes so well, like I said, so it makes quick, easy meal times throughout the year. So that's all that I have to do to this. Now, if I'm in a really cooking mood, I will make my own pie crust and do a pie crust. I'm not. I just wanted something quick and easy this time. So you can either buy a prepared pie crust, or I bought crescent rolls. And you can get crescent rolls. I just bought the cheaper ones at Aldi that have the cuts in it. But you can buy crescent roll dough that's all one sheet, so you don't even have to worry about poking together the seams. But I just put that in one of our stoneware bakers. The stoneware bakers do this kind of thing so well. But I just put it in one of our stoneware bakers. You can do it round like a pie if you want. And a lot of times I do, but because I was using this crescent roll, I decided instead of making my rectangular crescent roll round to fit my pie plate, I would just do a rectangular pot pie, and that works just fine. So I'm putting my filling in here, and then I will put my other one. I used 2 of my crescent rolls, my other crust right on top of this. Now, when you're doing something like this, if you're a pie maker, you know, you need to vent it in the middle, because the steam will get underneath that crust and puff it up, and then it'll all collapse and look really kind of ugly when you're done if you don't vent it. So we're just going to take a knife. If you wanted to cut out with cookie cutters and cut out a pretty pattern on the top, you definitely could. But I'm just going to use a knife to cut a few slits here to let that steam escape. And just like that, I have my turkey pot pie. It's really easy and simple. And I'm going to stick it into a 425-degree oven. It will take maybe 15 to 20 minutes with this type of crust. If I was doing a pie crust, I would probably do it 30 to 35 minutes in my oven. And I will try to take a picture of it when it comes out to show you and post it in the comments. So if you have any questions, let me know. But thank you for joining me for hiding the turkey. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.